Have you thought about moving to Colorado? Well, I can tell you right now, that's not a bad thought, and a lot of people know why. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Living in Colorado. I'm Joe Benjamin with Great Life Colorado eXp Realty. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Today, we're talking all about the Centennial State, Colorado. Colorado has been a relocation hotspot since before the census even started counting people in the state. In fact, Colorado has never had a negative census. In only one decade did they see less than 10% growth. That was in 1940. Back in 1940, we saw an 8% growth rate. But most decades, we see between 15 and 20% population growth. A lot of people have moved here. Colorado is nicknamed the Centennial State because it was admitted into the Union in 1876, 100 years after we became a nation. There's 100 reasons a person would want to move to Colorado, and I'm going to tell you about 10 of them right now. All right, coming in at number 10 is taxes. Colorado has the lowest sales tax rate of any state that actually has sales tax. There are some states that beat us out, like Delaware and Oregon, Montana, New Hampshire, and Alaska, but they don't have sales tax at all. So the states that do have a sales tax, Colorado is absolutely the lowest. We also have a low property tax and a low flat income tax rate of only 4.6%. The cost of living in Colorado is high, but it's not crazy. Much like the rest of the nation, our housing market is a little bit out of control right now, but we'll do another video about that later, just to see what's going on in about 6 months. Number 9, a very strong economy. Colorado is a really good place to start a business. According to US News, it was ranked as one of the most business-friendly states in 2019. A huge number of businesses have moved to Colorado in the recent decades, and this has helped maintain a healthy unemployment rate over the years. In fact, Colorado has been ranked 5th overall for the strongest economy in the US. Colorado's unemployment rate before the pandemic stayed around 2.5%, while the national average was around 3.5%, so well under a full percent below the national average. When the pandemic hit at the height last April, the unemployment spiked to about 12.5%, while the rest of the nation was on an average of around 15%. Number 8, the weather. Here in the winter, we average about 39 inches of snow per year. It's not the most in the country, but it's enough to make the Colorado slopes absolutely legendary. The summers are beautiful, with average temperatures in July around 85 degrees and low humidity, which is always nice. Denver gets about 300 days of sun per year, which is more than Florida, and January is our coldest month. Average low temperatures in January can go anywhere between -8 and -22 for a low, but our highs also range between 25 and 49. So it can get cold, but most of the time it's really just nice. Number 7, military friendly. I'm a veteran, so I love this. Colorado has a military presence, and if you're retired or still serving, you probably know about it, and it's a great place to be. So if you stand up and your knees hurt and your back is sore, well, you're probably a veteran like myself, so you'll appreciate all of the access to the military facilities we have in Colorado. In fact, Colorado is a really great place for the military. Colorado Springs was ranked as number 3 out of the best military towns in the US. Coming in at number 1 was San Antonio, and number 2, San Diego. We have Fort Carson, Peterson Air Force Base, Schriever, Cheyenne Mountain Air Force Station, and the Air Force Academy, all in Colorado Springs. Not to mention up here in Aurora, Colorado, near Denver, we have the now Buckley Air Force or Space Force Base, and multiple Colorado National Guard stations around the state. Colorado Springs has a huge sense of community, and the military is nicely woven into it. It's really a very nice place to be stationed or retire. Coming in at number 6, pets. Colorado is a very friendly pet state. We love your pets, and you know, one of the most searched terms in Google relating to Colorado home searches is pet friendly. And that is something you absolutely will find here. With businesses being extremely pet friendly, your furry friend will always have open arms here in Colorado. Colorado was also ranked number 2 when it comes to pet friendly states, only being beat out by Oregon. Colorado has over 74 animal shelters and some of the best animal protection laws in the nation. For example, domestic abuse can include crimes against a human victim or an animal, and veterinarians are required to report suspected abuse. So do you like taking your pup down on a play date? Well, just go over to Google Maps and type in dog parks over Denver. You'll find that there's close to 25 of them. They're all over the place. We love our dogs here. Number 5, you won't get bored. So if you're thinking about Colorado, you already know there's a lot to do here. So if you end up deciding to live here, eventually you're gonna go skiing, mountain biking, hiking, fishing. You could ride in a hot air balloon. You could go rafting. Do you like arts and cultural events? Well, we've got plenty of museums, heritage sites, art galleries, and one of the largest performing art centers in the world. Whatever you do though, just don't end up in a parking lot of a state park with your laptop on. Just go out and enjoy it. If you're a professional sports fan, we have everything. We've got the Denver Broncos, the Colorado Rapids professional soccer, Colorado Rockies for baseball, the Denver Nuggets, and of course the Colorado Avalanche. If you can't find something to do here in Colorado, it's not Colorado's problem. You're just not trying. In at number 4, nice people. It seems like the majority of people here in Colorado have the willingness to just accept people for who they are. I know it seems weird, but it's kind of something Colorado is known for. In general, it's a little bit of a laid-back culture type of thing. I'll do me, you do you, and as long as it's not hurting anybody or anything, we're cool. Of course, there's a chorus of people who are angry that too many people are moving here, but you're gonna find that everywhere. Overall, when you start interacting with people, they're generally nice. Number 3, this one's one of my favorites, beer. It's a pastime in the United States, and here in Colorado, you can try everything under the sun. We have a ton of breweries. In fact, the 4th most amount of breweries in the United States, with over 400 established breweries. Everything from your notable craft breweries to local microbrews, and even the largest brewing complex in the world, which is at the Adolph Coors complex in Golden, Colorado. So if you're like me and beer is your thing, well then Colorado is definitely your state. Number 2, healthy lifestyle. Colorado is ranked as the 4th healthiest state in the union. We have the lowest obesity rate in the United States, and people love the outdoors. So that means you're probably going to get some sort of exercise in your daily activity. Not many people drive into the mountains just to sit in the parking lot playing on Facebook at the trailhead parking lot. So, you know what? Overall, it's just a great place to be and be healthy. Colorado can also claim that they have the lowest percentage of people with diabetes, both in adults and kids. Overall, it's a very healthy state. So if you want to adopt that healthy lifestyle, you might want to make the move to Colorado. Something out here must be working. Maybe it's just that being around all these active people rubs off and is contagious. Maybe it'll catch on for you as well. All right, before we get into number 1, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if it's your first time here, or you've been here before and just haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And on to number 1. When you think of Colorado, what is the first thing you think of? Well, that would be number 1 and our winner for today, the great outdoors. I'd guess that about 95% of people who have moved here have done this with the great outdoors on their list. It's really endless what you can do here, from mountain biking to hiking to just enjoying some of the most beautiful natural landscapes in the country. Colorado might be missing the tropical rainforests and the swamps of Florida, but we do have mountains, we've got plains, we've got deserts and canyons, forests, rivers, lakes, ponds, and everything in between. Colorado has many claims to fame over its natural beauty, but one such proof is America the Beautiful, the song. It was written about Pikes Peak. In fact, nearly 1/3 of Colorado is owned by the government. So that means there's a lot of areas in Colorado that will never be developed, keeping some of our areas natural for generations to come, which is kind of rare these days. Well, there you have it. The top 10 reasons that Colorado is awesome. Thank you again for taking the time to watch. Please hit that subscribe button and give me a like. If you're looking to make a move, give me a call. I'd be happy to help you find your great life here in Colorado. Until next time, see ya.